Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Alright, y'all. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. I'm on my way to work. Y'all, I had to make a video today. And I guess this is probably a more serious video. I don't know. This morning I woke up, I had a message from one of my brothers. And there was a post that a particular individual, it was a post about an individual who committed suicide like in the past 48 hours, right? And now the person who committed suicide, I really don't know them personally. I've never met them. I am familiar with their Instagram page. I used to follow them. I guess going back maybe 3 years ago. Like when I first came into knowing this person or being aware of this person, I did follow. But over time, in my sifting of like what I wanted to continue to follow or whatever, I ended up unfollowing. It wasn't anything personal, against the person. It was really me and what I felt I wanted to move forward with. So, it was never about the person as much as it was about me and what I felt was best for me at that time. So I don't know this person personally, but I would still sometimes see this person's post, and not on my feed, but sometimes because this person would actually do motivational videos. So sometimes people would send me the motivational videos. Sometimes people would send me exercise videos. This person also was a fitness expert or whatever. Or that was two ways I would see. Like somebody send me the motivational, then somebody over here might post a fitness thing, But I would also see on my Explore sometimes. It wasn't like every week or nothing like that, man. But every now and then, this person would pop up in my Explore feed. So I would still see certain posts from the person, but I stopped following. And the reality, when I first started following, the following of the individual was not that large. I feel like it was actually only around maybe 6,000 people. It wasn't a lot. And over time, that number grew. This person really took off. Really took off, really blew up. So, just seeing from time to time when I would see the post, I would always be proud, of the growth, but I still wasn't sure that it was something or someone that I necessarily needed to follow again, or you know what I mean? I was just in a different space. So, when I got the news this morning that the person had committed suicide, I'm like, what? I'm really bothered. I don't have a feeling like, man, I should have kept following, I don't have that feeling. It's more like I'm bothered to know that this person was dealing with so much but hid it so well. But excuse me, y'all, I don't know what that is. Just clear my throat. But even when I say like hit it so well, it's like I don't know, that they really hit it well. I mean, because I was no longer following, I wasn't seeing, frequent posts. I wasn't seeing back to back to back. I wasn't seeing the life, like I said, I want to say I started following, excuse me, I think it was like during the pandemic, it came up, or pre-pandemic. I feel it was around it was either like 2017, 18, somewhere in there maybe though. So maybe it's been 4 to 5 years that I've been following. And real talk, it was a different thing, when I started following. Like it was, anyway. Just the person grew. The person evolved. But I wasn't seeing frequent posts. So I don't know if the person showed signs or anything like that. I don't even know. I don't know if they really hit it well. I mean, I guess I'm really basing it off comments I've been reading today, is like saying that, this person hit it so well. I guess so people around, I guess maybe felt like they didn't see any signs of this coming. So that's one of the reasons I'm bothered is like, if no one around noticed anything or noticed any shifts or any changes or nobody noticed anything different. Nothing was alarming enough to issue a call or sit down or have a conversation. So I don't want anybody to miss my point that I'm getting at, because I'm not disrespecting the person. I don't have anything ill to say of the person. It's just the idea that somebody who social media would lead people to believe was perfectly fine was not fine at all. And in fact, they ended up committing suicide. So I just been like this morning just in thought and gathering my thoughts of how I feel about this, how I think. Like, not that I have an opinion, I guess really just kind of taking it in and processing that like I said, I wasn't following in the past couple years, so like I don't know exactly what this person has been doing, but I have seen whenever I would see them that it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying, man, they doing good now. Like, you know, I remember when they were just starting out, you know, like I said, around 6,000 followers, you know, I mean, I don't even know what that latest number is. Dang, I wish I knew that before I started this. But to know how many followers it grew to, and it was like multiple Ks, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a really high number. But anyway, it's like, I talked to my brother this morning, not the one who sent me the message, but my other brother, and I was just like, man, I was just sharing my feelings on it, my thoughts on it. Like, man, I'm just like, that kind of bothered me, even though I don't know the person personally. It bothered me because, you know, I would have just assumed, I guess, that all was well, and maybe everybody else did also, you know, assume that all was well, everything was okay, so there was no need to worry about anything. And then you later find out that this person committed suicide, and it's just like, man, it's sad. Man, rest in peace. My prayers and condolences to the family and loved ones. And I know this is like a real shock, and a lot of times it is, you know, a shock to people that people commit suicide. But my point in this is that, man, no matter how good a person looks or acts like, you know, everything is okay, like, sometimes you just really never know. So with that being said, y'all check on your people. Check on your people. Make sure they're okay. Talk to your people. Tell your people you love them. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. If you are feeling like, you know, suicidal, or you thinking suicidal thoughts, y'all talk to somebody. It's help out here. There's hotlines that you can call. There's counselors that you can talk to. Talk to somebody. And I mean, even with that, you can't force anybody. You know, people are gonna handle that how they handle that, and you know, it's unfortunate. But I understand. I used to didn't understand people who do that, but I understand. I can't say that I feel that feeling or think that thought to kill myself. I can't say I've been there, but I don't look down on or talk down on anybody who does feel that way, though, because I do now understand, man, life can be hard sometimes. Everybody doesn't have an ability to just have things happen to them and they move on from them. Some people, the hurt hurts for a long time, and sometimes it just becomes unbearable, and you know, or it feels at that point unbearable, and then people have to my neck. But yeah, sometimes it becomes unbearable and people make a decision that they can't take it anymore, and then they may choose to end their life. So my point is, like, there's no look to it. I mean, I did go back and check out the person's page today, because when I got the news, I'm like, what? This ain't real, man. I mean, the person definitely seemingly had what all you needed. They seemingly had, a good life going on, but I don't even really want to put these messages together, but it's almost like it's that, and this is what I shared with my brother this morning in conversation, was that the thing is, a lot of people sit at home and we look at social media and we see the lives of these people on social media, and we want the lives of people that we see on social media. And I can be honest with y'all. I won't do that. I won't separate myself, because I don't want it to seem like that. But I was taught, or I came to an understanding that social media is not a real place. All right, it's a fictional place, and there are some people who have decided to live there, though. And so sometimes it's hard to separate or distinguish between reality and social media. And some people who don't know, look at social media and see someone's life and feels that is real life. And the reality is, social media is not real life. So some people go put in a lot of effort to make their life look like something on social media, or on their thing, which is one of the reasons, one of the reasons I feel like I struggle with social media, because I know there's a demand even on here, YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. There's a demand for you to give a certain thing. You gotta look a certain way. You gotta talk a certain way. You gotta talk about certain things. You gotta act a certain way. You gotta show a certain amount of money. You gotta live in a certain kind of crib. You gotta drive a certain kind of car. You gotta have a certain amount of money in the bank account. You gotta own a certain amount of property. You gotta have a certain amount of businesses. You gotta have a certain amount of followers. You gotta have there's so many requirements to social media, and it's not even a real place. And we put a lot of energy and effort into performing or being a certain person for these platforms that aren't even real places. And in real life, off of social media, life is not good for you. I would much rather find happiness in real life than to pretend happiness on social media, which is why I struggle with social media. I'm not good at social media because there's a lot of things that are hard for me to do, even in wanting to build my brand. So it's like certain commitments I want to make, to being present on social media for the sake of building my brand, and that's part of it. But as far as just falling into a certain mold to be accepted on social media, I'm not willing to sacrifice and do that. I'm not, because it's not a real place. I'm much more interested in creating relationships and establishing myself in real life. And that ain't no shot, that ain't no diss, that ain't no put down. I'm just saying, I know that a lot of our people put a lot of time, energy, and effort into presenting a certain person or looking a certain way on social media, and life is hard because they can't always present that, or they're putting so much effort into presenting that, and inside they're really empty and hurting and not really even wanting to be here anymore. So I just wanted to say, hey man, love on your people, check on your people. If it's somebody you ain't talked to in a while, call and check on them, see how they doing. You know what I mean? And I mean, but that's all in with respect in regard to your energy. And you know, if it's people that you know you had to distance because they were draining, I understand if it's not time yet for you to reopen that energy door. I do understand that, but just, you know, use your judgment, and if it's something that you feel that can be made, you know, peace can be made just to check on a person, you know, do that, because you never know what people going through. Some of the biggest people, some of the biggest names on social media are some of the most unhappy people. So I just want to tell you that I love you. If you ever need me, y'all know how to contact me. If you know me, you know my cell number that ain't changed in probably over 15 years. You can hit me on social media, Instagram at ThisIsBishop, YouTube at ThisIsBishop. I think I got a Twitter. I think it's at ThisIsBishop84. I think something like that. I don't even know. I don't even be on Twitter, so I don't even know what it is. Facebook, Milton Denmark. Y'all know Milton L. Denmark II. But yeah, hit me up if there's anything I can do to help. But I mean, if you're feeling the suicidal feelings, you know what I'm saying, it's you can definitely try the hotlines or counseling, or you know, I would strongly recommend you do something other than take your life. Man, I just that really shook me this morning to know that this person, you know, is no longer here. So again, my prayers and condolences to the family, and y'all just know that somebody loves you, and just stay strong, talk it out. Don't hold on to stuff and bottle stuff up. Peace and love, y'all.